Oh,
What's going on, y'all? Gonzo's Convos, Season 5. We're now on episode 9. Today we have Rejuvenated Goddess. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
hey guys. So I'm from the Bronx originally. I am Latina, I am mixed, I'm Puerto Rican, Italian, Philippine. I'm 35 years old and I am a yogi.
Hey, Yogi. So, for those that don't know what that is, what exactly is that?
So a yogi is basically, I'm a yoga teacher. I started the practice. I fell in love with the practice through my trauma, actually. I found the practice through my trauma. I was going through a lot of trauma at the time, which led me into the path of yoga.
Okay.
The way that came about was actually I started with meditation a few years back, and I decided to incorporate the yoga to it a few years later down the line. Um,
Okay.
Understanding that it did go hand in hand, which I never really understood how much it did go hand in hand, so I put it together. But a yogi, to answer your question, a yogi is basically a person that practices the practice of yoga.
Okay. There we go. So, I actually have never gotten it, or not. I've never tried it before. But a lot of the positions they look kind of painful.
It,
Like,
it's challenging. It's
it,
mad. I don't even want to say it's painful, but it's so challenging. That's the power of the practice to challenge your mind and body. So it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do.
yeah, that's true. How long did you say you've been doing it for?
So I've been doing yoga for what is going on 3 years now. The
Okay.
meditation I've been doing for 8 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So I have a homie that is like real into the meditation and stuff like that, and he was telling me that he meditated like really into it to where he had like a whole out of body experience type of deal. Is that true? Like, does that actually happen?
It does happen. It's amazing. It's to the point that you don't even want to come back to your present moment. Like you don't even want to come back to this dimension we're in. Like you
Hmm.
get so it's so rejuvenating just to be there. Like it's a feeling I can't explain. It's a feeling that can't be put into words. It's something that you actually have to really embrace and practice and get to know what it feels like yourself. Like
Yeah.
you know what it feels like until you actually are aligned with the practice of like just quieting the mind. It's so dope.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that'd be scary because like when you first get out of there, you're kind of like, where the hell am I? Type deal. I feel like.
It's like you come out and it's like you okay, perfect, perfect. Escaping the matrix. Like in
Mm.
that little bit of time what we're doing, man. We're escaping the matrix in that little bit of time. That's what we're doing.
Mm.
Like we're literally in our zone, disconnected from everything but connected to self, which is most important.
Yeah. So what kind of stuff do people usually see like when they have these experiences while meditating?
You do. I'll tell you why a lot of people turn away from it or
Yeah.
get discouraged from it. That happens because let me tell you something about meditation. Once you open up that third eye chakra, your pineal, once that's open, once you've seen, there's no unseen, right?
Yeah.
Once you've already awakened to that third eye and know that it's possible for it to awaken and see things that were always there but were just camouflaged, right? Um,
Hmm.
a lot of people are not ready for that. So they don't talk about the shadow work, right? When it comes to that light work. In
Yeah.
order to receive that light work, you need that shadow work. So a lot of people are afraid of facing their own shadows, and I feel like that's why they don't continue the journey with meditation. They might start it, but they don't continue it because it
Oh,
does deeper and deeper. And some people are not ready to face their fears because you're facing yourself at this time. It's self-realization. Like you're
yeah.
facing.
Now, when I think of like fears, I think of like my worst fear, which is I mean, a lot of people laugh, so who cares? But it's spiders. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't mess with spiders, none of that shit. So I wouldn't be ready to face that if that makes sense.
Spiders. That actually, spiders come from something though, and this is what I try to tell people. I'm
Where they
sorry.
come from?
No, I'm saying like your fear. Any type of fear that a person carries, that fear is coming from something hidden, whether you want to believe that or not.
Hmm.
But
No, I
it's,
believe it.
yeah, it's coming from somewhere hidden.
Mm.
So it's not that you just woke up one day and you was like, "Oh, I don't like spiders." No, or you just seen it and it creeps you out. It's not like that. It can be like that, but in
Yeah.
all reality, why don't you like spiders? Like, what is the main reason? You got to ask yourself, and then once you start to ask that, it's gonna start to lead you to other questions, which makes you tap into yourself a little bit more.
I know the reason. I mean, like I know what I feel like I know what caused it, but at the same time, I'm not too sure. I feel like it's because like my family. I come from a Chicano background, so we like to joke around and play with each other and shit like that. So when I was younger, a lot of my older cousins and stuff like that, they used to like throw bugs on me and shit, throw spiders on me, and I just never fucked with all that stuff. And then when I look deeper into it, I really don't like how they look. Like I don't like all the eyes they got. I don't like the you know just the way they look. I just don't like it.
That you have, yeah.
Yeah, so nah.
Well, certain things, certain fears, right, are just never gonna leave you, and that's okay. It's just
Yeah,
it's just learning how to, like I tell people, learning how to just deal with things. Because let me tell you something, we're human. We're always gonna encounter problem situations, right? There's no escaping it. We're
yeah,
always we're always gonna commit sin. That's just part of. Listen, we are here. We are a spirit living a human experience. So right now we're here. Everything we are living, believe it or not, is part of our soul contract. It was destined to happen. It was aligned for us, good
yeah,
and bad, because there's no receiving the light without the dark. So let's just be honest, like yin
that's
and
true.
yang. Like there is no yin without yang. How would you know about light if you didn't know about dark? Right? It just
Yeah,
it's just no, it's no escaping. And I feel like that's what a lot of people are trying to do right now, just escape things. And it's just like, face it, what are you escaping?
I can see that escaping it or just not trying not to worry about it too
Escaping,
much.
trying to numb the pain,
Yeah,
however it might be. It could be through liquor, it could be through smoking bud. However it is, everybody's
yeah.
trying to do something.
I got you. I got you. I mean, like, so with that, how do you think? So we're gonna go into the generation topic with that. So all in all, in general, that's considering like relationships, social media, the way people socialize, everything in the factor. How do you think this generation is? Like, do you think it's on a rise? Do you think it's on a decline? Like, what do you think?
It's definitely on a decline. Is in a process of transitioning majorly.
Okay.
Um, Now, not everybody is going to have the luxury of stepping into the new awakening that's taking place, because there is an awakening taking place, like, and it's a worldwide awakening. Like, if you guys are awakened and attuned to what's happening right now, like, it's a lot. So with that being said, I just feel like it all starts with you. If you have kids, of course, you want to try to, protect them as much as you can and awaken them. But not only awaken them, and also let them know that, protect their awakening, right? Protect their awakening, because in the process and transition that we're going through, and the generation that's coming in, I'm a mom. I'm a mom of two, and this is why I'm talking about that, because I'm a mom of two, and um I make sure to awaken my kids every single day, because
Yeah.
as soon as this house, they already being programmed by the school system, which is the number one programming. We are the number one program for them. Then it leads to the school system, which programs them to the max, right? Which
Yeah.
where the government comes in. So with that being said, how do I feel? I feel like it's going on a downfall, but it's only if you're not doing the work for you and yours, for your generation to come.
That's
Because
true.
it's happening. It's happening. Now, you got to ask yourself, this is the time for you to start to step into your awakening, so you could elevate to awaken your generation. Because it all starts with you. It all starts with you. There's
Yeah.
always that one person, in the family that got to be the generational breaker. the curse breaker. And you got to be the one to instill and awaken and let your people know, whether that's your kids, your whoever it is that's around you,
Yeah,
awaken them what's happening and teach them ways to cope with what's happening, because it's also raising a lot of anxiety, depression, all that stuff. So
yeah,
you wanna, right, teach them ways to cope with it and understand that going back home to self is it's where it's at. That's really where it's at. Centering and grounding yourself.
that's true. I believe that. But it's crazy though, because when you look at the way people use social media, it feels like that's like the fallback for anybody, like for everyone and for everything. Social media is always like a fallback. Like when someone has a bad relationship, I bet you the next step they're doing is hopping on social media on some type of shit. You know what I mean?
I
And
feel like
then
media is what messed up our generation. I'm gonna be honest.
it did. It definitely did, without a doubt. I don't know exactly where it started at, but I just know people started using it for I feel like the wrong type of reasons, and it
Right.
just went from
Instead of networking and utilizing it, this is what I'm trying to say, right? We're in a generation that right now, if you're awakening or in the process of it, or you're stepping into that new paradigm, right? What's happening, right? This is the time to start your awakening, and this is the time to start networking. Because guess what, guys? Yeah, internet has taken over, but it's all a
yeah,
test. It's all a test. There will be many that will stay elevated on the internet, and then there will be many that won't. But it's all about utilizing it for what it's for. Network. Do what you gotta do on it, but don't use it for the wrong reasons. I feel the same way.
yeah.
So like
Like
I,
I use like I can tell you I use mine just to post the content, and I use it to promote, and I use it to network. That's it. You know, I'm not on this other shit where I'm like posting about my personal life, because I feel like if you post your personal life, that can mess you over in the long run.
I
Like
can.
that could screw you over. You know.
I can. But I feel like at the end of the day, everything comes to light.
True.
Everything comes to light.
True. I feel
But
like with social media though, it's more manageable because you control what you post, you control what you put out there. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like we're, how can I say it, right? There's such a transition going on that it's like, if you pick it up, you pick it up, and if you don't, you don't. But there are chosen ones being chosen right now, and this is where we're stepping into the chosen ones. And now we're about to hit a new year. So like I was just talking
Hmm.
about, like my Discord, I try to tell people, like, I help them rejuvenate.
Yeah,
I do my vision board every year. Like, those are the things I live by. I do vision boards. I do the, and some people might take it like, oh, you living in this, imagine it. But it's just like, no, I wake up at 5 a.m. I meditate. I do my yoga. I drink my herbs. I drink my tea. I pour into myself
yeah.
before I sit here and get on social media and pour into others. I make sure to pour into my cup. That's most important. Because how everybody got to understand that it's not being selfish. You got to be good. You got to come before your kids. Because guess what? If you're not good, how can you be good for them?
You know what I'm saying? How can you take care of them if you can't take care of yourself? Type shit.
And
That's all.
that's what people like. That's one of my favorite lines. It all starts with you.
Mhm.
It's all about discipline and consistency and what you want.
Yeah. So what kind of difference do you think people in this generation should do to try to turn things around?
I'm going to be honest. I can share a few gems that I've done when I started my journey.
Hmm.
Um, I love listening to motivational speakers. So I listened to Trent Shelton. I don't know if you guys know him, Rehab Time. I listened to Jim Ron. I listened to Deepak Shop Chopra. I don't know if y'all know him. He's affiliated with Oprah. Okay, so these are already big people, motivational millionaires that I listen to. And I remember, I'm just gonna give you an example because you asked me what would I give them. So one thing I could never forget, I even have it written down. I could show y'all. Is it in this book? It could be in another book. Books, books. Yeah. But anyway, so I remember it might not be here, it might be another one. But I remember I was listening to a speaker one time, and I can't remember the speaker because I would have gave you his name. All I
Yeah.
remember was I was in the process of transitioning. I was going through a really hard time. And when I tell you really hard time. Like I used to be on alcohol. I used to be like do anything to numb my pain. I transitioned my whole lifestyle. But with that being said, I was listening to him and he said, right, a few things that he has spoke to a few millionaires and the advice he got from them was instead of listening to a radio, listen to some hertz. Stop
Mm.
listening to fuck you this, suck you that, pop this, pop that, do that. What we're listening to is entering the temple and is keeping us stagnant. That's what they want. Stop staying
Mm.
stagnant. So I'll listen to hertz. I'll listen to some hertz. Even it don't gotta be all day. I'll listen to hertz to start my day. Why? Because
So
that's
like when you, what do you mean? Like,
so hertz. So I'll listen to 777. I'll listen to 888. These are hertz. These are vibrations within the music. It's like meditating music, and through those hertz, they unlock certain chakras within the body.
mm,
So just I would say the music we listening to, just limit your music time. I don't listen to music like that no more. Now people gotta put me on. I was the one putting I used to be that chick to be like, yo, you heard the latest now, yo, my sister's coming to me like, yo, you didn't. And I'm like, no, I didn't. I'm so stuck in my spiritual realm. I've been lost, you know? But no, so I will say limit the music and not even music. Listen to music. It's very therapeutic, it's very meditative, but it's what we're listening to.
yeah.
What we're
I ain't gonna lie to you. When I listen to reggaeton, that shit puts me in a good zone. I ain't gonna lie
that's
to you.
saying. Like it depends what you're listening to, who you're around. It just everything has a time and place. But I would say, so getting back, I don't want to get off track, but the music, the time, the type of music you're listening to, you want to put it to a limit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, TV, it's been like 3 years I don't watch the news, and I don't care to. You know why? Because I will know what's meant for me to know.
Yeah.
And don't I watch the news? I used to suffer severely from anxiety and depression, severely. And so I've learned to cut certain things to help my anxiety and depression.
Yeah.
And it's been years I haven't had an anxiety attack or any of that. It's been years. Um, so yeah, limits. It's been. I can't remember the last time I be watching TV. Barely watch TV. I would say get into some books, like try to discuss self-realization. That's what started my journey. I got The Secret here. I love The Secret. It's Think and Grow Rich was actually one of the first books that started my journey too.
Oh,
Amazing, amazing book to the point that I even like I
took your
listen,
own notes. Oh damn.
I take notes in them. The Secret is another life-changing, evolving book, definitely. But yeah, these are all things that have helped me. So
Mm-hmm.
like self-realization, just meditation, yoga, discovering more of who I am without the labels of my mom, society. Just, asking myself, doing mindful practices,
Yeah.
being mindful of the foods I'm eating. I also went without eating meat for years. To this day, I don't eat meat like that. I'll eat chicken. I don't do pork. I don't. So like all those things have a big impact on our mindset, believe it or not. But those are all things that have helped me. I'm just sharing things that have helped me personally.
Yeah.
Um, sorry, what I
There you
consume.
go.
So yeah, basically what I consume makes a big difference as well. What I'm allowing to enter my ears, um, and just even what I allow to flow out of my tongue and my lips, because that's also powerful. Like they tell us, affirmations is a real thing. I live by
Yeah.
affirmations. I love affirmations. I write affirmations daily. I got books and books of is what I do. Like I write affirmations daily. I am attracting. This is what I do. I live by this. I have books and books and books. I get up at 5 a.m. and I write my affirmations.
Is it
Put
like you have an alarm set at 5 a.m. or like your body just naturally wakes up at 5 a.m.?
Well, no, now it does. Like I'll end up, my body will start waking up and it'll be like 4:44 and I'm like, all right. Like sometimes I'll wake up now, but I have an alarm set. I also have an alarm set for a 369 method that I do, a manifestation method. These are all just little gems that have helped me. So I do, yeah, I have an alarm set for 5 a.m. It's actually for 4:44 a.m. I have an alarm set for 3:33. I have an alarm set for 6:11. I have an alarm set for 9. These are all reminders throughout my day. So if I am getting distracted or if I am getting too turned up and lost in el mundo, I get grounded again. Because I'm human. I get lost in el mundo. Listen, I'm from the BX. I'm Latina. Shit, baby. Baby. Let's talk about it. Because I've been all over the place. Okay?
I got you. So going into that, right? Just kind of steer a little bit off track and get a little more onto the personal side. So you said you're Puerto Rican, right?
I'm Puerto Rican, Italian, and Filipino. Yes.
Okay. Have you ever been to Puerto Rico?
No. And
You
I
gotta
need
go to Puerto Rico.
going for 2024.
I was gonna say you gotta head out there. It's a different experience for
I'm
me. It
going.
was.
It's so horrible that I have yet to touch my root. It's
You know
bad.
what's funny is because ever since I moved to the East Coast, like I used to live on the East Coast. Out there's a lot of Puerto Ricanos, not so much of Mexicans that I'm used to, and
Right.
they all saw me and they thought I was like Buddy. I was like, nah, I'm Chicano, whatever.
We passed for Bori though.
That's what I'm saying. Where does that come from? Why do people say that? Like, is it
So,
just
so what's crazy is that they call Boris because there's Puerto Ricans and Boricuas. When they say Boricuas, usually it's Boricuas that are born in New York. They
Oh, okay.
call us
I
Boris.
didn't know the difference. Yeah.
Right, like if you're not in Puerto Rico, Puerto Riqueño straight in there, they're gonna be like, "Oh, tú eres boricua," meaning you're Puerto Rican because you got the roots, the blood, but you were raised in New York, so they'll call
Um, I
Boricua.
thought, see, I thought that was the same. Like, I thought Bori was like another word for Puerto Rican. Like, it was all the same.
It is another word for Puerto Riqueño. I mean, you could go to Puerto Rico and they're gonna say Bori too. Like my family goes every year, but usually is a term for people that are from New York but son Puerto Riqueño.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Yeah. Because when I went there,
Mhm.
you said what?
No, that they'll be like, "Oh, you body," meaning you
Yeah.
body, but you were raised here in New York.
So like my whole time, like even when I went out there, they thought I was a local, and because I tried to get the accent down just so I could fit in a little more, but even without me speaking, like they thought I was one of them, like one of the residents there.
Yes, you look. I thought you were until I started looking at your IG and I seen that you. I was like, okay, he's Mexican and Japan. I seen that.
Yeah. So the what is it? Japanese and English that comes from my mom's side, but I don't really know too much about that family's history because I grew up around my dad's family. So
That's
I grew up with menudo, carne asada, fucking tostadas, like all kinds of shit.
right.
Yeah.
I love
But
it.
but I was always trying to figure out like where they thought I looked Puerto Rican. Like I don't know if it's just the way I dressed or it's like,
You definitely look Puerto Rican. You just have feet for
huh?
Boricua.
I just have the features.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Puerto Ricans are definitely like they're mixed up with all kinds of things, and that's pretty much what I am. So I guess that's where it comes from. But yeah, no, I love the culture of it though. I had the what is that? You guys don't call them
Actually from Puerto Rico right here. Literally, my mom brought it to me from the beach out there.
oh, that's what it was.
Oh,
Oh, there
look.
we go. Oh yeah, there you go.
Straight from the beach.
Yeah, I just thought of the food. It was so we call them empanadas, but over there in PR it's
Yeah,
empanadillas.
pastelillos.
Yeah, those two. I haven't tried those yet. I just had the empanadillas and then I had the mojitos, but they put too much Bacardi 151 in those, so they get you messed up pretty fast.
What part of Puerto Rico did you go to?
I went to So don't come for me. I started in Rincon where all the gringos fucking surf and shit. So we was over there, and I was like, I don't really see a lot of Puerto Ricans here. So we went and traveled over to Mayahuez, which is not too far from there, and that's where I started seeing more locals. And honestly, that's probably my favorite spot right there. And then we from there we went to San, or no, we went to Ponce. Which Ponce was pretty cool.
I
You
got
know,
family there in
the
San.
The Castillo Serrayas was pretty dope, and then from there went to San Juan, and
So,
that's where we finished off.
so what would you? Okay, so if I was gonna go, what resort would you recommend?
No resort, go local.
A Airbnb type thing?
You, I wouldn't even do Airbnb because some of those look sketchy. Don't do Airbnb. I would just say fuck it and do like the hotel in San Juan.
I should just
You
go
get
to my house.
that too because you have family that live there, right?
I
Uh
think that
oh,
would be like the best thing.
are you still there?
I'm here. You don't hear me?
It's getting slow for a little bit. Like the connection's dropping and then it goes back up.
Oh, I'm here. I'm here. My bars
Okay.
are up though.
You
I'm not
said
sure.
you what? You said
I
what now?
My bars are up. Like I have my bars. I don't know.
You don't have any bars?
I have all my bars.
Oh, okay. I don't know. That's a little weird. But yeah, if you have family there, just yeah, stay with them. You don't gotta spend money to to stay anywhere, and then you could just go and do whatever you want to do from there.
Yep.
But that's mainly what I loved out there was that they I felt like because they thought I was one of them, they accepted me as such.
They're like that though. Like we real welcoming. We're not like other country. Like you know how you go to out of country and they're like trying to rob you right away and like Puerto Ricans are all about unity.
Yeah,
And that's why they made us part of the United States. Cause what y'all don't know about Puerto Rico, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all don't know the whole storyline around Puerto Rico.
oh, man, there it goes again.
Oh, you don't hear me?
Yes,
Do
I do, but it sounds broken up.
Oh man.
It's back now. You're good.
So like we Puerto Ricans were the ones to discover the United States. That's
Yeah,
why we're powerful. And that's why they never gave us our own. They put us part of the United States, but they would never say that. We were the ones to discover. And also, that Avatar story, that came from Puerto Rico, my people. We have a tree in Puerto Rico that you literally go and it's specifically to connect with the tree.
oh,
There
that's
was a
interesting. I didn't
story.
know that. That's
Yes,
cool.
look it up. When we hang up, look up, put it in Google. Anybody, put it in Google, put up tree in Puerto Rico, spiritual tree that you can connect your hair with. And it's gonna tell you where in Puerto Rico is that when you go try to visit it. And it's right in Puerto Rico in the center of Puerto Rico. So if
Yeah,
you got
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
amazing story. I
Yeah,
like one of my favorite stories ever. I'm such an Avatar fan. Harry Potter, no, keep that. I'm good.
and
Avatar.
and uh and Captain America is actually Captain Puerto Rico.
I heard that before. I, no, I'm not even lying to you. You joking, but I really heard that before.
No, I'm being for real because he only has the one star there. Then he has the rest of the
Like, I didn't really put much attention to it.
like. He looks like a white guy, obviously, but he's wearing the Puerto Rico outfit.
You know, there's a lot of Puerto Ricans in Puerto Rico that look like white.
Yeah, true, because they have more of the Spain type features,
Yep. Yeah.
Spaniard feature. Yeah.
Like yo,
So then, where would I be at? Would I be in the middle or like?
of what?
Because you said you have. Because it's so mixed up. You have white Puerto Ricans, you have black Puerto Ricans, and you have like the in between where like they get yellow skin, and you know what I'm saying. And I have like yellowish skin. So where would I be at?
No, you be in between, but
I gotta be in the middle.
blanquito type. Tú eres blanquito. You're not morenito.
No, no, no. I didn't. No, no, no. I'm like more
So
like yellowish. I got like yellowish type of
like
tint to me.
see, I'm not really white. Oh, cracker jack. Sorry, I'm not really white, but I'm not dark. I'm like yellow tone.
That's
And
where I'm at.
Yeah, and they consider me to be blanquita. So them I'm yo soy
So
blanquita.
so then me and you are blanquit or would be
Right.
blanquit. Okay.
We're blanquita, right.
In
So
Mexico, they just call me güero.
cuero,
Yeah,
como
güero.
cuero. That sounds like cuero.
Güero. Yeah.
Cuero. You know what that means in Puerto Rican, right?
Nah, what does that mean in Puerto Rican
If you
Spanish?
put cuero,
Huh?
oh, you don't know what cuero means in Puerto Rico?
Pacuero?
Oh, pa cuero, no. I said cuero.
Güero? No. Uh-uh.
You know what cuero means. Stop fronting.
No, I don't. I really don't. I promise.
All right, y'all want to know? Cuero means a thought.
Oh, like a hoe?
Yeah, like she's a cuero. She's
I
a
thought I thought that was Mama Bicho. But I'm not. I know that means like dick sucker. But like,
when you hear somebody say, "Hey, esa maldita cuero," she's a cuero. She's a thought.
no, I didn't say cuero. Güero. Just güero. No, where'd she go? Oh shit.
Are you there? Are you there?
Yeah, can you see me?
Oh, what's going on here? I
Yeah.
lost him.
Oh damn. Can you see
Oh
me?
nah. Where are you?
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
I lost him.
Oh lord.
Oh man.
Hold up, I got you. I'm gonna save the
It's
day.
yellow. It's green again. Are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
He's frozen, but I'm not.
I'm not frozen.
Oh
I
man,
can see
that's
right
no
there.
bueno.
I'm gonna say this.
Cracker Jack.
Try
What do
to
I do? Do I leave? Do I stay?
leave and join back.
Mm, what do I do?
I just sent a message.
Oh my god, I think he left.
No, no, I'm still here.
Yup. Try to leave and join back. Okay. Okay, let's leave. Hello? You
Can you hear
there?
me?
Oh,
Can you
we
hear me?
here. We here. Yeah, we here. Okay, good. You hear me?
What happened?
I
Yeah, what
don't know.
happened?
I'm like, I was moving. I had all my bars. I'm like, you there? Are you good? You there? And I'm like, oh, I lost him.
No, like I could hear you and like everything was good, but you couldn't hear me, and you said I was frozen. So I was like,
Yeah, I'm like, I could hear you, but it's weird. Like I'm telling you, I got all my bars. Mine was moving my side. I don't know.
no, you're good. But yeah, what I was saying was, like if I were to go to Mexico, I'd be considered güero, because I'm not as dark. You know,
That's
like
that's like in Colombia when they be like, oh, tú eres parsa, tú eres this, tú eres that. Like it's right.
I don't know too much about Colombia,
Yeah,
but I think I
I
think
mean, yeah, it's all South American. I would think you would know somewhat.
we still like Mexico right underneath, man. Like we still North America. You know what I'm saying?
So
We still,
let me ask you something. What led you into doing podcasts, if you don't mind me asking?
that's a good question. No one really asked that. So I was in high school at this time, probably like started my junior year. I
Hmm.
would post on Snapchat a lot, like videos of me and my homies. And so people were like, you should start YouTube. Like, you guys should start YouTube, start a podcast or whatever. And eventually we did, later on down the line, like long after we graduated. And I was in Korea at the time when we actually started. So we started one, had that for a little bit, and then they both got busy. One was doing college, the other one got into car sales. And, he's been doing that ever since. And then so now I kind of just took it over and, continued it going. So, and then just made it my own thing.
It was a line for you all along. That's what that meant. That's dope.
You think so? Because I think like because I really like doing this stuff, and I was like, you know what, I don't really want to give it up. Like I just want to keep going
Everything
with it.
happens for a reason, yeah. But you got to think about it like that, right? If it would have not started like that, would you really have about doing that?
I feel like eventually I would have. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like this is one of those things I'm just super passionate about, and the only other thing I've been super passionate about was fighting. And as you can see, I'm not really doing that right now. Due to a lot of different things. But yeah, so this
How
is like one of those things.
was the journey for you?
You said what now?
How was your fighting journey?
It was. I would say it was a good journey. Better than better than what it could have been. I
You,
would say I started, huh?
what do you feel you embody more? Like, what do you feel is? Do you feel your dharma is more doing podcasts, or would it be more like in the fighting field? What do you feel?
When it all comes down to it, I feel like this right here. Like, don't get me wrong, I love martial art, I love mixed martial arts, I love all that type of stuff, right? I'll forever love it. But this is this is what I feel like more of my passion kind of goes to. This is really cool to be able to connect with people, talk to different people, network, and just have genuine conversations like this. It's cool. I like it.
I love this. Dope, dope, dope. By the way, I forgot to mention, when I mentioned about myself, I do have a podcast. Is guided meditations for anybody that wants to check it out. I don't have shows like him, but if needs to rejuvenate mind, body, and spirit, or you just feel overwhelmed, you guys could check out my podcast. It's on Spotify. You guys can find the link in my IG. My IG is Rejuvenated Goddess. Well, no, I changed it actually. My TikTok is Rejuvenated Goddess 3, and my IG is Divine Healing by Delila. So you guys can find me there, and the link will be there in my IG. If anybody's curious, you can even DM me. I'll personally send you the link to Spotify if anybody wants to check it out. But I do have a Spotify. I also do yoni steams for women to rejuvenate the lotus.
Mhm.
That means. So I also make those. I make rejuvenation boxes. I make waist crystals. Um, I'm just embodying all my feminine goddess energy, and this is what I'm here to do.
I
So I
fuck with
just
that.
think that out before I forget to let y'all know.
No, I got you. I was gonna have you do it at the end anyway, because I usually got you. But you good, you good. What was I gonna say? So how long have you been podcasting for?
To be honest with you, I've never really done podcasts like this
Yeah.
physically. The podcast that I do is just my voice. And I got into that. What was it? It's gonna be 2 years now.
Hmm.
Years now.
So about how long I've been podcasting? I'll say I've been doing this for about 2 years.
I only have. You're way ahead of me. I only have maybe like four guided meditations up there. I did,
Oh,
but I do want to keep going. I do want to keep going. A lot of people are telling me that I should do more than guided meditations on my podcast, but I'm gonna see where I'm led. Wherever whatever,
yeah. Do what you feel type of deal.
I
You know what I
follow
mean?
intuition. I always
No,
listen to intuition. So
absolutely. Yeah. Would you ever do podcasts like this type of deal in the future?
I've actually been really brainstorming really hard to bring that to what I'm working on in 2024. Like I'm an entrepreneur, of course. And I plan to bring that into my entrepreneurship just because I feel like I'm really well with connecting with people. And a lot of people tend to come to me when they're going through stuff. I don't know why. So I feel like
Easy to talk to.
it would be really good for me to do a podcast.
I
So
think you should. I think you got the voice for it. I think you got the personality for it for sure. And I think you could take it places.
oh, I'm grateful for you.
Absolutely.
First of all, I want to thank you for the opportunity
Yeah.
um having me here. You didn't have to reach out, so thank you for your time and energy of reaching out, and I appreciate it dearly, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be here. Like, I really
Yeah,
am.
absolutely. So the way I reach out is like if I see like someone has a good vibe, I see kind of like I'm very what's the word for it?
Intrusive, maybe.
I don't even know what that means, but like very visual. Like I'm always like keeping aware of things. So when
And
I look for
you're aware, like, you intuitive means when you feel things, right? Like, people be like, how did you know that? And you just like, yo, I just knew. So you have
okay,
strong intuition, like, you feel it from within. You could feel stuff when you shouldn't be doing things, when you shouldn't, when you should let things go, when you feel you have a strong intuition.
okay, so yeah, I'd say that. So that's how I pick and reach out to my guests. Like if I feel like they'd be cool to have on and they have a good vibe, then I'll reach out and bring them on. So when I was in your TikTok live, that's when I was like, I'm gonna reach out because the way she's handling her life for one, and the way she's communicating with literally everybody, I like that because there's a lot of TikTok lives out there where people will literally just get on live, and it doesn't matter what anyone says, they kind of come with this certain attitude.
Yeah,
I don't really like that too
a
much.
negativity for no
There's
reason.
so yeah, and it's just that I can't do so much negativity. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Because I'm a very positive person myself. So if someone's negative around me, that kind of messes mine up. So I have to step
I
away. You know what I mean?
That's like me. Like I'm an empath, so I feel like if somebody's around me and they're going through like depression or like I start to feel it. So I know exactly what you mean when you say that. Like I
Yeah,
personally don't do well with stuff like that, and I'm very protective over my energy, my frequency, my time, like because of that.
exactly. So that's how I pick and choose. If they have a negative type, I won't even bother saying nothing, reaching out.
As
They
you got
they go do their thing. You know.
your energy and continue to elevate your frequency and protecting your energy. You gotta have, what has helped me in my journey is having one thing I never had that I've learned in my journey was boundaries.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
my life when I tell you, because boundaries was something I never had growing up. I didn't know what it was to have boundaries. And in a Latina household, you don't have boundaries.
No, you don't got privacy. None of that.
Those why like boundaries. You know what I mean? So I had to learn what boundaries were, and not only what they were, but how to set them, and
Yeah,
on like stay disciplined to setting them. You know,
yeah. And I could see that being a struggle for a lot of people, including myself. That's definitely a struggle. But keeping the negative shit out of the way, nah, I could do that all day. Like,
word,
you
but for real,
know,
keep your
what do you
energy.
think? What do you think makes people do that though? Like, if they're feeling some type of negative emotion or negative moodlet, I guess you could say, what makes them want to go live and try to take it out on people that are just tapping into their life?
They really either have nobody else to release it to. They maybe figure, yo, let me go on live before I do something dumb to myself, and that's the way of distracting themselves. It could be a lot of reasons. It could just be that they are not happy with themselves and they just want to make everybody else miserable. Like I'm not having a good day, so let me be spiteful. It could be a lot of reasons, or it could simply be that they just don't know what it is to heal, and they've been through so much trauma that they were never like that. They became a bitter person. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
trauma could do that to you. It can either humble you, which was what it did to me, and
Or it
help,
could break you down.
or it could fucking destroy you.
Yeah.
So
I like that little laugh.
it can do either or. So that's what it is. A lot of people don't know what it is to heal, and they feel like, you know what, that's their way of healing, which is sad
Yeah.
and pathetic and toxic as fuck.
Yeah.
But that's their way of healing. Unfortunately, that's
Yeah.
the way they cope with their healing.
Yeah. Because you've seen the way, like, I text and people's life. I did it to you. I was like, what's up in the podcast
Yeah,
studio? What's going
very
on?
like
Yeah. And I've done that on other lives. And, like, I've gotten to where, like, people just give me a face. Like, they'll do that little, like, I'm like, what is
miserable,
that even for? Like, what?
right?
Or they're like, I'm not in a podcast studio. And I'm like, I said mine, but,
Right. Like
all
I'm like,
right.
but yeah, I do want to do this podcast thing, man. I'm just, you know what it is? I'm brainstorming, right? Because when I come out with my podcast, of course it's gonna be based on rejuvenating, right? Because that's what I live for. Like the name. By the way, that name doesn't come from like, oh, it just sounds pretty. It's Rejuvenated Goddess. No, that
It
name,
clicks. It clicks together. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even think about that. Like,
yeah,
but I know it clicked together.
having to rejuvenate myself from a dark, toxic place mentally.
Yeah.
Um, and that's where that came from. And this is where I'm running off with growing an empire on rejuvenation. You know, I want to help people rejuvenate mind, body, and spirit. And if that has to be putting my voice through a podcast, then that's what I'm gonna do. But I feel like I know my voice has to be heard because I keep hearing it over and over again. It's just I've been trying to meditate on how my voice supposed to be heard, like, you know, and
Yeah,
maybe it's through a podcast. Maybe it is through a podcast because here I am.
yeah. And I think a good idea could also be if you started doing something like this, where it's like a video podcast, and you have a guest on, you could, do some rejuvenation with them while you're on that podcast. While it's live and everything, so
Right,
that the viewers can actually see exactly what it looks like instead of just having to go by ear, so they can actually know type of deal.
right, right. And I actually might have some of the girls that I've helped awaken. That's what I could start doing is I'm thinking like all the clients that I have helped in their journey, I can have them on my show and
Yeah,
how is it I helped them in their awakening or whatever.
yeah, yeah.
Definitely down for a podcast, man. And if you ever want to do this again, I'm so down for it. Like,
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'd say you're definitely one of the better guests I've had on. Believe it or not, I've had guests on like they were completely cool, and then up until after the recording style, like a couple of days after, it clicked where they were like a completely different person. And I was like, wow, like that's crazy. The way people can just flip a switch
yeah,
when
that
they need to, like that is so crazy to me.
like is that really who you are or were you just playing a role? Like,
That's what I'm saying. And I feel like that happens a lot with
mm,
people in this generation. They just have a switch where they can just go from one personality to another. I don't really like that. I feel like people should just be that one personality and carry that with.
and you know what I think it is though? I'm gonna be real with you. You know what I think it is? I think it's the generation, like we were talking about what's going on. Like there's a lot of people right now that actually need like that type of healing I'm talking about. Because there's so much going on in the world that people don't know how to cope with it. And
Yeah,
it is reflecting on their actual personal life. They don't realize that. Like it really, people are going through financial hardships, like just a lot of different hardships right now that people want to portray online that they're good, but when they putting that phone down, they're freaking dying inside. They maybe don't have food in their fridge. There maybe you understand, but everybody's coping with things different, and
that's what I'm saying. I feel like everyone has their own struggles. It's just how you gonna deal with it, type of deal, or how
right.
you gonna
That's
fix it.
what I say. It's
Yeah,
not what we go through, it's the way the reaction we give it that's gonna create your outcome.
yeah. And I don't know if you're, religious or not, but I feel like that's
Very.
God right there. That's God putting roadblocks in between you. You know what I'm saying? How is he gonna deal with this? How is he or she gonna get through this little obstacle right here?
You
That's what happens.
said it. You said it. You said it right there because look, this is why I try to tell people practice. Wait, let me just get my charger right quick.
Yeah,
Practice the practice of gratitude because practice the practice of gratitude because gratitude, right? We got to look at it like this. Like God says, right? If this person is not even grateful for what they have in front of them, how can I even like phantom giving them even a bit more?
yeah,
What I mean, like people are so ungrateful. Like you gotta be great. I am grateful for the littlest things. I'm grateful for the toilet paper. Okay.
yeah,
Like I am grateful for just water. I'm great. Like the littlest things. The littlest things.
yeah.
That is the way you receive your biggest blessings. Is the little things. And everything happens for a reason. And understand that when things happen, right? Life is happening for you, not to you.
Exactly.
Life is happening for you.
And these are obstacles that people need to get through. And it's up to them whether they want to get through that or not, or if they want to struggle with it for a long time.
That part.
It's all up to the individual.
Yep. That part. And some people, like you said, some people will get it, some people won't. Some people won't, and it's sad.
So like some people won't until it's too late, if that makes sense. They won't until it's already long down the road, and That's that.
And then you know what's bad about that? The fact that they missed their bridge to, because look, everybody has a time of elevating, right?
Hmm.
Now, you could miss that easily. And like they say, people, I hate when people be like, "Oh, God is not God is not here." Let me tell you something. God is a spirit. God is omnipresent. No, God is not going to come from down and be like, "Oh, dude." No, he puts people in your path, right? That are guidance, right? And sometimes we look at those people like they're trying to control us, but it's not that.
Yeah,
You are putting your life as a guidance because God, right? He's omnipresent, but he works through people. So while he's not coming down, maybe the person you're arguing with is the one he put in your path to prevent you from what you're about to do. But you're
exactly.
saying God is not coming down. He is here. He's just working through somebody, the image of somebody. And
Yeah.
that's the thing.
But I mean, some people just won't understand that and be like, "Oh, that's whatever," and it's like, "All right, cool, do you."
To each his
But I
own.
have, but I have noticed as as days go by that I've noticed a lot more celebrities and a lot more people in general are kind of steering away from God and kind of just going towards the literal opposite side. Going towards the devilish type stuff.
They're going
They don't
towards the
even know it.
dark instead of staying in the divine light.
Like right now we live in a world where there's demonic books and all this kinds of stuff that people have no problem with just carrying around or having in their house, or objects, and it's like, this is crazy to me. you know
It's so true. It's true.
they
Right
don't, they
now,
don't understand how dangerous those things could be. You know what I mean? And they're just carefree about it. I don't like that too much.
that's a fact. I I could agree with you on that 100%. A
Or
hundred
like
percent.
or like these artists that are like really give signs that they're with the darker side and make music on it and say different things, and people
That's
just listen. People just listen to it like it's
This is
whatever.
what I was saying, that the music industry, when I was telling you, like, the music industry, how they are the biggest ones brainwashing.
Yes, which
And this,
makes sense because Satan himself was the angel of music.
because this is how they're getting us with the hurts of the music and
Hmm.
with the words of the music. That's how they're doing it. That's how they're doing
Who, who was also known as the angel of music?
it. Devil? Oh,
Satan.
yeah,
Lucifer.
yeah, yeah,
Lucifer was the
yeah.
angel of music.
And he was right. If when y'all know, he be, come on, he listens to the certain hurt. This is why they say hurts is what makes a song. Hurts of the vibration of hurts either can have a positive impact on your body and your cells and your chakras, or it can have a negative impact.
Hmm.
But it's all in the hurts of the music, all in the hurts of the music.
I believe that. I'm interested in that because I want to know a little bit more about the different hurts and stuff like that, because I didn't even know that.
Hmm.
I knew it had something to do with how the music sounds, and I knew it definitely has something to do with the words, the lyrics, and all that type of stuff. But I'm definitely more interested in knowing more about
Start to look up hurts. Look up hurts. You could go to YouTube, and
it.
this hurts for so many different things. Even manifestation hurts, like tunes you put on
Yeah,
that help you align with your manifested. Look into hurts, and you're gonna see what I'm
I,
saying. And then
I'm,
look into hurts and what hurts do for the music. For example, let me put it to you like this: Michael Jackson, Prince. Why you think their music was worldwide and so powerful? The hurts they had in their music. Why are they don't want us to listen to music like that now? Why they don't want us to do it? They took it away from us. Why? Because it brought unity. It made people happy. It brought life to the world. That's why. That's why.
hmm, it's a crazy world we live in. I'm gonna just say that.
For real.
And I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna pray. Things get better, and hopefully they do.
I pray
But
every day. My life, listen, my life is not my life without prayer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
But
no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Guys, learn that.
that's one of my favorite quotes actually. I'm glad you
Yes,
said
no
that.
weapon formed against us shall prosper. No weapon
Yeah,
formed against your podcast shall prosper. May all your doors open up of opportunity, love, joy, prosperity, and light. All
appreciate
right,
that.
baby, divine healing over here.
Appreciate it. And same thing for your podcast and for your rejuvenations, your yoga, all that good stuff for
I
sure.
appreciate you.
Absolutely. We're about at that hour mark, but I do have a Q&A at the end of every episode. Every guest
Oh,
or every watcher slash listener, taps in and asks their own questions. And I apologize in advance if they're somewhat kind of weird questions. They
ask
ask
me whatever.
whatever.
I'm an open book. I like weird. I'm weird.
You like weird. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna pick random. There's a lot of them, but I'm only gonna have you answer five of them.
let's do it.
All right. So first one. Okay, this one's not bad.
My long term goals. Oh, I love this one. Oh my god. My biggest long term goal is creating generational wealth right now.
I like that. I
Yeah.
like. I wanna make sure just the generation in general just goes back up because I don't want to see this decline.
Amen. Facts. I agree.
And
I,
then next one.
for certain situations, do you cover your eyes or your whole face more?
What do they mean by
My
that?
whole face more.
So what do they mean by that?
So I would think, you know how people get shy, they'll just be like that with the eyes, or they'll do like, to me, I'm more of like, I'm more like, I'll cover my whole, yeah.
Are you holding the phone with the other hand?
I am. Yeah. My
Oh,
phone is
no, I was gonna be like, I'm gonna need you to demonstrate because I don't understand.
yeah, my phone is charging. That's why I don't want y'all to lose me. Wait, let me try to do it for you. Look, let's see what I could do here, guys. I'm gonna improvise, okay? Oh, okay. So you know how if you ask somebody and they get shy, they could be like this, or they'll be like, no, like. So
Yeah.
me, I'm more of like a no.
so
I'm more
what?
of the whole face. I'm gonna cover my whole face.
So what situations would actually make you do that?
Um, hmm. If I was embarrassed by something, maybe
Okay.
something embarrassing, like, hmm.
Or like I
I'll
don't know
be
if you
like,
watch.
oh, like no.
Or like
Yeah.
I don't know if you watch like scary movies. I figure probably that too maybe.
Yeah, I do watch scary movies, and yes, I do cover my face. I can't look at certain things. That's a perfect example.
So what's an
Cause
example?
I'm a little pendeja. I'm a little scaredy cat. I be like, no, I don't want to see it now.
Pendejo for us just means dumbass. But so like an example or like a demonstration of like if you're watching a scary movie, exactly what like is it like the jump scare type?
The jump scare, or when they're just freaking massacring somebody, like doing a massacre on somebody. I'll be like, oh my god, I can't watch this. No.
Are you actually watching it though? Like you just have your hands in front of your face and you're just watching it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I really will miss it, or I'll be the type to be like this. I'll be like trying to look to see if it's done already through my fingers.
I feel like you'd be a fun person to watch a horror movie with. Like
I'm telling you, I'm a scaredy cat. I'm
as long
sorry.
as you're not the swinger, because I don't want to be next to you and you're like, oh shit, and then you just I'm like, fuck. Like,
Watata.
yeah, like, damn, I wasn't prepared to fight today, man. Like, and then this is the third one.
How will you imitate this
That
emoji?
emoji is
And what
different.
does it mean?
That emoji is different. So yeah, what does that emoji mean? Because I've seen it and I've seen it be used, but like I don't really know exactly the meaning behind it.
To me, it's like somebody is being low. They trying to lurk.
They're trying to lurk.
Yeah.
So whenever you're lurking, you're doing that, or like,
I mean, I will say lurk because look, I'm like one eye open, but I'm kind of like covering, but I'm trying to trick you. Like I got one eye. Like I'm trying to trick you like it's all closed, but in all reality, I'm like slightly lurking on you. I don't
I
know.
get you. I
But
got you.
to be honest, I don't even know what's the point of that emoji.
I don't either. It's
A
like one of
lot of
those.
people use it when they're like shy. Like I've used it when I've been shy texting somebody. Like I'll put it like if I'm shy. But yeah, that.
That'd be funny if you sent that as a text message and then did that like in real life just for no reason. I'd been like, what the fuck? Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's
but I feel like I suck at that one. I
I
could
feel
have did
that's the thing. I feel like people don't do that in real life though, like that emoji. Not like
right. Weird. Yo, there's mad weird ass emojis that
yeah,
just no sense.
like pointless ass ones that is like, what am I gonna
I
use
got
this?
dreads in the back, guys. If you guys didn't know, I'm
Oh, I
all
like
dread.
they look cool. When'd you do that?
Yeah. I did this back in June. June.
Or-
I started my dread babies. They I can't wait till they get longer because I'm gonna be dazzle them with crystals and stuff like that. And
or
some of these stuff. Look, wait.
I used to have braids in, and I guess I really looked Puerto Rican then. Oh
So
yeah,
I'm gonna style it up once they get longer and stuff. But it's only in the back. Like I have all my texture here, and I just dreaded the back up.
you have to show me when it's done.
Yes, I got you. It's all done. It just gotta grow. Once it starts growing, you're gonna start to see the dreads better.
Yeah.
But I got you. Yes, definitely.
I used to have braids in when I had my hair longer.
And what made you cut them? You got tired of the hair.
Tired of having long hair for real,
That's what every guy tells me. They're like,
and I
"Oh,
feel
it's just
like when
tired
you
to maintain it."
well, I don't know if it's my Latino genes or what, but my hair grows super fast. Like I feel like it grows out, I get a haircut, then my hair is back, and I'm like,
They
fuck.
get like 2 days later.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with. Oh, oh yeah, yeah.
Personal
Oh,
experience.
what's up with these questions?
When my girl is upset, she covers her entire face with both her hands. What's the reason girls do this? When you said when she's upset. Um, I'm gonna tell. I can tell you why I do it when I'm upset.
Oh, so you're one of the people that do that.
Yeah, cause I do it because I get frustrated. So why y'all do it? To prevent me from doing something stupid to you, straight up. Because I'm gonna do something crazy to you.
So what do they mean? Are they mean like they're like they just have their hands above it, or like they mean like just
Oh,
covers
my
her
girl's
entire
upset.
face?
Her entire face like this, like oh, like when a girl is
Oh,
mad, she's just like oh, this nigga, like fuck, yeah, like that.
so that's like you about to swing on somebody and you're trying not to.
Listen, right? Listen, listen. I get angry. Don't get me angry.
That chocolate about to be flying, bro.
Where that chancleta? Or where's the belt? Hold up.
Nah, don't say that. I had two I had two wedding experience with it, but I was a
No,
troublemaker
I
in
got my
school, man.
chancleta right here. Look, bien body, bien body.
Have
Ven,
you
ven pa
okay?
acá, ven pa acá para que tú veas.
Yeah, because you have two kids. Have you actually like used it?
I don't hit my babies.
I got you.
I'm too weak. But my mother was running around the house chasing my ass with that. I'll tell you that.
See, my abuelita was swinging brooms at me, throwing blenders, whatever she can get her hands on. So
Ah,
that's probably why I have quick reactions. You know, I can
yeah,
dodge.
be like. That's why
Yeah,
you in that fight and you be like, what ta ta ta
that's
ta.
that's where the reflexes come in.
he was like, nah, I'm so angry, I gotta release this shit.
Yeah, and
That's why maybe you started fighting because it was a sense of like you being able to release.
I feel like it was mainly because my family's always been like aggressive when it comes to you know fighting and stuff like that. So they put me in wrestling at a young age, and I just went from there. And then to
But
box.
that's good because that's a good way of self defense. Like
Oh
you know
yeah, oh yeah,
that,
definitely.
that's needed. I feel
It's
like.
definitely helped in a bunch of brawls I've been into for sure. But that about wraps up this episode. I do appreciate you coming on. I apologize for any inconveniences that were occurring before.
Listen, you good. I apologize. I didn't know what I was doing, so I'm grateful. Thanks.
No, you're good. I know you struggled a little bit. You're like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I was like, you just
I
got it.
really, it was my first time. I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah, so it was about getting my feet wet. Okay.
I got you. So, what did you think overall about this podcast? Because I'm
It
sure
was
this
a
is your first video type podcast.
Yes, it was a great experience. I look forward to it again. If you ever want to have me, I am so open to it. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the questions. I enjoyed networking and connecting with you. Um, I feel like it was really powerful, and I'm just grateful that I had the opportunity to allow myself to hold space and release. Like, I'm grateful.
And I
And
just
I'm
appreciate.
grateful for your time and energy as well. Thank
Yeah,
you.
same with you. I appreciate you being down to be on, and taking the time out of your day to get on a podcast and vibe for a little bit. I like that.
Definitely.
I feel like I learned a lot from you too. Like
Yes, we
I did
that's what it's about though. This is what the podcasts are about, right? Like this is why people should have them. Like to learn from each other. This is what it's for. Like we all help each other out, balance each other out.
yeah,
Um but I definitely send me if you want to share it with me, I'll be sharing it as well. I could
yeah,
share I'll share it on my Facebook. I'll share it everywhere. Just send it to me. That way we all help you get it out there too. And one hand washes another. We
absolutely.
all here to elevate. There's enough space for all of us to elevate.
Right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get everything good, and then I'm gonna send it to you, and then I'm gonna post it. Or no, I'm gonna post it, but then I'm gonna what do you call it?
Tag.
Send it to you before I post it on my story, stuff like
All
that.
right.
So you can have
Sounds good.
that.
I appreciate you, Gonzo.
Absolutely. And stay in touch. Stay in
I
touch.
sure will. You do the same. I'm here. I'm here. Even if we gotta talk one day, because we could maybe do like a co-host thing and have people come on. Like we could maybe,
Hey, look, if you down to do that, because I've been wanting to have a co-host on, I just never got around to asking around. But if you're down to do that,
I'm down.
let's get
We
that
could
started.
definitely we're gonna talk. We're definitely gonna talk. We're gonna stay in touch. And this is not the end. This is only the beginning.
I like that. I like that. Well, I appreciate you coming on. We'll talk later.
Thank you.
Sure.
Yes, thank you, Gonzo. Have a good night. Love and light your way.
Yep. You